Story time.
Okay. Where's that? Little Red Hen makes soup. Should be a good one. What can we do? Asked Rabbit. We can make soup, said Little Red Hen. Who could find some carrots? Asked Little Red Hen. I could, said Rabbit. Who could find some green beans? Asked Little Red Hen. I could find green beans, said Duck. Who could find some potatoes? Asked Little Red Hen. I could find potatoes, said Dog. Who could find some corn? Asked Little Red Hen. I could find some corn, said Cow. The carrots go into the pot. The green beans go into the pot. The potato and the corn go into the pot. Who could eat some soup? Asked Little Red Hen. We could, said Rabbit, Duck, Dog, and Cow. Yummy vegetable soup. Dr. Maisie.
Daddy, aren't you ready to be up?
Hello, Dr. Maisie. Hello, Nurse Fred. Let's play hospital.
You mean Tallulah?
Tallulah, that's right. Charlie listens to Maisie's heartbeat. That tickles.
No! Tallulah
Tallulah, okay.
listens to Maisie's heart. That tickles.
Okay. Panda is sick today. Maisie listens to his heartbeat. Thump, thump, thump. Maisie takes Amanda's temperature. Oh no, Panda has a fever. Panda needs to rest. Maisie carries him up the stairs. Night, night, Panda. Get well soon. Tallulah calls from downstairs. Maisie, Maisie. Maisie runs down the stairs. Careful, not too fast. Crash! Maisie bumps into Tallulah. Ouch! Tallulah wraps Maisie's nose in a Band-Aid. That's better. Bye-bye, Tallulah. Bye-bye, Dr. Maisie. Look out.
This is my book.
Look out, kindergarten. Here I come. Wake up, dear, says Henry's mother. It's the first day of kindergarten. Oh boy, let's go, said Henry. He had been getting ready for this day all year. Not so fast, said his mom. First you need to wash up and get dressed. So Henry brushed his teeth the way his dentist had shown him and washed behind his ears. Then he buttoned his shirt and snapped his jeans and almost tied his shoes.
Oh, baby mouse.
Now I'm ready to go, said Henry. Not so fast, said his mom. You still need to pack up your supplies. So Henry packed pencils, scissors, crayons, paper, glue, an apple, and a photo of his mom and dad, in case he got lonely. Now I'm ready, said Henry. What do you think we'll do first? Asked Henry. Do you think we'll paint? Sure he will, said his mom, just like at home. Good, said Henry. What else will we do? You'll probably learn your ABC, said his mom. Hey, I already know my letters and my name, said Henry. What will we do after that? You'll sing songs and play games. And you might practice counting, said his mom. 1, 2, 3, 4, said Henry. I can count to 10 because we practice counting with buttons. What comes next? You'll make fun things in arts and crafts, and you'll read stories. But I can't read, said Henry. That's okay, said his mom. You'll start by listening. Reading comes later. Here we are, said Henry's mom. It's so big, said Henry. What if I get lost? Remember, we found your room and your cubby at Kindergarten Roundup, said his mom, but you can always ask a teacher for help. When Henry got to his room and saw lots of new faces, he said, "I want to go home." "Why don't you come in and look around?" said his teacher, Mrs. Bradley. So Henry looked around. He saw the art corner. He saw letters and numbers that he knew. He saw a bookcase full of books and met a new friend to play with. "Well, what do you think?" asked Henry's mom. "I think I might want to stay for a while, Mom," said Henry. "Because kindergarten is going to be fun." Here's their class picture.
Yep.
Big red barn.
I love that.
By the big red barn in the great green field, there was a pink pig who was learning to squeal. There was a great big horse and a very little horse. And on every barn is a weather vane, of course, a golden flying horse. There was a big pile of hay and a little pile of hay, and that is where the children play. But in this story, the children are away. Only the animals are here today. The sheep and the donkey, the geese and the goats were making funny noises down in their throats. An old scarecrow was leaning on his hoe, and a field mouse was born in a field of corn.
Aw, baby mice.
Yep. Cock-a-doodle-doo! In the barn there was a rooster, and a pigeon too, and a big white hen standing on one leg, and under the hen was a quiet egg. There was a bantam rooster and a little bantam hen with a big clutch of eggs. Count them, there are 10. Cock-a-doodle-doo, moo, moo. There was a big brown cow and a little brown cow. There was an old black cat, meow, meow, and a tiger tomcat, meow, meow. There was a big red dog, bow, wow, with some little puppy dogs all round and warm. And they all lived together in the big red barn, and they played all day in the grass and the hay. When the sun went down in the great green field, the big cow lowed and the little pig squealed. The horses stomped in the sweet warm hay, and the little donkey gave one last bray. The hens were sleeping on their nests. Even the roosters took a rest. The little black bats flew away out of the barn at the end of the day.
So there.
And there they were all night long, sound asleep.
The
the
baby pig
big
is snuggling
red barn.
with us.
Only
Horse.
the mice were left to play, rustling and squeaking in the hay, while the moon sailed high.
Down. Wait. Right there. Yeah. It's so tiny.
In the dark night sky.
The scarecrow is still up. He's not made of.
The missing mitten mystery. Oscar, I lost my other mitten. That makes 5 mittens this winter. I'm in big trouble. Let's search every place we played together. We'll start at the hill where we rode on Ralph's sled. Here's Ralph's boot, but there's no mitten.
I know.
I'll look around the castles we built with Ralph and Herbie and Ruth. That was fun. Here's Ralph's other boot and Ruth's sock and Herbie's sweater. But no mitten. Oscar, you found it. Wow, a flying mitten. Oh, it's only a little bird. I wonder if he stole my mitten to make a snuggly nest. No, he's too small to carry off a mitten. But an eagle could do it.
Oh.
Maybe an eagle took my mitten to keep his baby's head warm. Do you think my mitten got tired of being a mitten? Maybe it just slipped off my hand and hopped away. There are no mitten tracks, but here are some mouse tracks leading toward the woodpile. Could that mouse be using my mitten for a sleeping bag? Or maybe he'll wear it next Halloween and be a mitten mummy. Let's go see if I dropped my mitten while we were making the snowman to surprise Miss Seltzer. I haven't seen your mitten, Annie, but why don't you look in the garden where you were making snow angels? Finding missing mittens is hard work. It would be easier to grow new ones. Let's try planting the other mitten right here in the garden. Next spring, when the snow melts, a little mitten tree might sprout. Miss Seltzer and I would take good care of it all summer long. In the fall, we'd pick the ripe mittens. Then I'd give mittens on Christmas. And mittens on birthdays. And mittens on Valentine's Day. Oscar, it's getting dark and it's starting to rain. We'll never find that mitten. Come inside, Annie. I've made some hot chocolate for us and I've got a biscuit for Oscar. Look, the rain is melting the snowman, but what's that spot on his chest? Gracious, your snowman has a heart. My mitten is the heart of the snowman. That's cool.
She didn't remember what happened.
Who will tuck me in tonight?
Oh my gosh.
What?
This is so silly.
The sun was setting on the farm, and Wooly the little lamb was sleepy.
Okay.
But Wooly couldn't find his mother. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? He asked sadly. I will, said Mrs. Cow. Don't you worry, I know how. Everything will be all right. I'll tuck you in real snug and tight. Then Mrs. Cow spread out the blanket and tucked Wooly in so tight that he couldn't move. Stop! Cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? Fancy that, said Mrs. Cat. I can do it just like that. I think I know just what you're missing. You need lots of bedtime kissing. Then Mrs. Cat began to lick Wooly all over his face with her little tongue. Yuck, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? Here I come, said Mrs. Horse. I can do the job, of course. When you're in bed all nice and snug, I'll give you a great big hug. Then Mrs. Horse sat down on Wooly's bed, wrapped herself around him, and squeezed with all her might. Help, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? No job's too small, no job's too big. I can do it, said Mrs. Pig. Don't you move. I'll be right back. I think you need a bedtime snack.
Oh, dear.
Then Mrs. Pig brought Wooly a pail full of messy, stinky piggy snacks. Oh, no, cried Wooly. That's not right. Oh, who will tuck me in tonight? Don't you worry, you're in luck. I can help, said Mrs. Duck. Don't you fret and don't you cry. I'll sing a lovely lullaby.
Oh, dear.
Then Mrs. Duck sang quack, 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 quack. But it didn't sound very much like a lullaby to Wooly. Enough, said Wooly. That's not right. Can't anyone tuck me in tonight? I can, said Mother Sheep. You're back, cried Wooly. Yes, my little lamb. I'm so sorry I'm late. She tucked his blanket in just right. Not too loose, not too tight.
Poor little teeny.
Gave hugs and kisses, soft and sweet, and something sensible to eat. She sang some lovely lullabies. Then little Wooly closed his eyes.
That's a cute one. Thank you.
Phew, the squirrel and the moon.
I'm gonna miss you, Daddy. Me too.
Let me see.
I like videotapes. Me too. Oh, so cute. Our little voices. What am I gonna be? Boy, am I gonna cry when I hear this videotape.
I love you guys. The full moon shone brightly the night the 4 baby squirrels were born. Small and hairless, with their eyes still tightly closed, they huddled in the round nest their mother had lined with soft hay, moss, and leaves.
It's so cute.
The newborn babies spent most of their time sleeping. They changed slowly from pink to rusty red as their fur grew and covered their bodies. Excuse me. At last their eyes were opened. The first thing Tiffy, the youngest, saw were her mother's beautiful round eyes. When the wind blew, it gently rocked the squirrel's nest. Tiffy liked that, and she loved to lie in the middle of the nest with her brothers around her. There was something about circles that made her happy. A circle of squirrels in a circular nest with their mother's round eyes watching over them. One day, Mother Squirrel told her children they were big enough to explore the world, and the young animals almost tumbled out of their nest in excitement. Mother Squirrel taught her children how to cling to the branches with their sharp claws and how to use their nails for balancing.
That must be Tiffy. And that's the mother.
Tiffy squeaked with delight as she watched the empty seed cases spin through the air like tiny propellers. As the days passed, the young squirrels became stronger and more daring. Soon they were leaping from tree to tree, exploring further and further from the nest. One hot day, Tiffy went looking for something to drink. She found a pond. A startled frog jumped into the still water, sending ripples scurrying to the shore. "Circles!" cried Tiffy, and she dropped some acorns into the pond and set more circles. This was such fun that she did it again and again, only stopping when hunger drove her to find food. The roundest things taste best, Tiffy decided as she munched juicy berries and nuts and little round mushrooms, and by evening her stomach was full and round, too. The next morning, Mother Squirrel called Tiffy and her brothers together. "Summer will be over soon. Go and find as much food as you can, and be sure to store some of it for the long winter." The young squirrels sprang from tree to tree and spread out to four corners of the wood.
Where's Tiffy?
Then they covered their stores with earth and twigs as their mother had taught them. Tiffy ate and stored only round nuts. Beech nuts were too spiky and pointed for her taste. One evening, Tiffy saw the full moon rise above the treetops at the other side of the wood. As the sky darkened, the moon rose higher and became even more luminous. Tiffy stared and stared at the gleaming circle of light. "So beautiful and so round," she murmured. From then on, Tiffy stayed up late every night, watching for the moon. But every night she had a longer wait, and each night the moon was less round. "What is the matter? Why are you so thin?" Tiffy asked the moon. "Are you hungry? Do you like to eat round things too?" Tiffy decided to gather the roundest, tastiest hazelnuts for the moon, and to bury them in a clearing where the moon would easily find them. But the moon went on waning. Finally, it was nothing but a thin crescent, appearing briefly at the end of the night. Tiffy slept all day and waited all night to see the moon. But one night, it didn't appear at all. Tiffy searched everywhere for the moon. "Did you see where it went?" she asked the other squirrels, but they couldn't help. An owl flew down and perched beside her. "Do you know where the moon went?" Tiffy asked. "No one knows that," the owl replied. "The moon comes and goes, and there's nothing to be done about it." But Tiffy couldn't just wait and trust and watch the sky, hoping the moon would come back to join the twinkling stars. How very hungry it must be. She worked even harder to increase her special store of nuts for the moon. As she worked, she often looked up at the sky. Then one day, between the white clouds, Tiffy saw a pale crescent moon. It curved the other way this time. "Is it you? Have you turned around?" There was no answer. "Ah," sighed Tiffy happily. "I knew it needed food to grow and round and fat again." Tiffy had been so busy that she didn't notice the weather growing cold. The leaves were turning brown and falling from the trees. "I found the lovely round moon," Tiffy told them, "and I buried nuts for it."
Look, there's the
Her brothers laughed. But that night they squeezed back into the old nest and said, "Come on, Tiffy, lie in the middle as you always used to and tell us about your moon." The weeks that followed were dark and misty. Rain fell frequently, and the squirrels rarely left their nest. One night, winter silently arrived. In the morning, the ground was covered in snow. Tiffy and her brothers snuggled close, with their bushy tails curled around them like blankets. In this cold weather, they slept a lot.
That must be Tiffy.
Now and then, when hunger woke them, they crept outside. "Tiffy, come and help us look for stores," called her brothers. They were growing thin, and their stores were getting very low. Often her hungry brother said to Tiffy, "Show us where you buried nuts for the moon." But even though she was hungry too, Tiffy always refused. The moon needs them, she said. Spring came and the sap rose. Buds swelled and burst into new leaves. There was plenty of food again. In summer, Tiffy built a nest and had babies of her own. One night, when the moon was full, Tiffy took her children to the clearing. Come and look. The moon has given us these tiny trees in return for the nuts. See how they are growing in a circle? Isn't that wonderful? In the years that followed, Tiffy added to her secret store, even in the hardest winters when food was scarce. And it seemed to her that the moon repaid her over and over again, for the tiny saplings grew into a great thicket of hazel trees, where she and her
She
children,
didn't know that deep land did that.
and her children's children played and fed forever after. The end. The end, the end.
Thanks, Daddy. Oh,
Goes to. Mm.
okay, take over.
Well, kiss Daddy and say good night.
Good night.
Aw.
And
Good
Daddy
night.
tell you good night.
Good night, girls.
Good night, girls.
Have a good night. I love you.
I miss you.
I love you and I miss you.
I love you and I miss you too, Daddy.
And we'll be together soon.
And we'll be together soon, Daddy.
Mwah.
Mm.